Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Critscast. Got some Nations Cup action for you. It's the semifinals, Poland versus France. My name's Godfather. I'm joined by Dave on the mic. Wiethoofd is on production for us.
But now we are into the semifinals. We're going to be very much going into the heavy-hitting teams and the teams who are very, very keen to win this tournament. Tonight, we have, obviously, Poland and France.
We do have on screen right now the current bracket. Yeah, obviously, Poland and France going up for that spot in grand finals. But yeah, let's talk about rosters right now.
So for Poland, we've got BB and Sam on Scout. One Shoe and Bonkers will be the soldiers. Stan will be Demo, and Grabber will be on Medic.
And then on the side of France, it is QB and Neo on Scout, D-Mule and Korbak on Soldier, Deli on Demo, and Vila on Medic. Apologies if any mispronunciations there, but I think I got them all right. I believe our maps are going to be Gully, Process, and Decider is Sunshine.
Yeah, Poland picked Gully. The French picked Process. The Sunshine was ended up as a Decider. Subscribe to YouTube for sure. Subscribe to Twitch if you want to support the channel. You can also support the channel via Patreon and also the merch store.
Sounds like we will be getting into this match fairly soon. So a question for you, who do you think has this first map?
I'm going to give it to France. I think they look very, very strong.
I would have to agree with you on that, but as we are now readying up, any score prediction in this France versus Poland matchup?
Let's go 3-1. 3 on France.
Alright, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. I'm going to say maybe a 4-1 in favor of France, but we'll have to wait and see as we get in onto this mid-fight. Demos trying to exchange that spam, waiting to see who wants to commit first. These soldiers going deep. Korbak's going to be the first to fall. PB taking him out. Now it's another soldier going for that scout. PB will go down. That is 2 down for the side of France early on. Here's a soldier jumping in, trying to get Vila. Can't quite find it, but Graba did go down to T-Mule on the other side. That is the medic down for Poland, and France will win this war of attrition.
It seems like they are going to win. Bonkers does pick up a nice frag onto T-Mule there, but unless they get Müller very, very soon, it's going to go badly for them, and all the players really on the low ground. But Müller did go down somewhere. I didn't quite see where that came in, but picking up Müller very, very late means Grabber has spawned. He's only got one shoe with him now, and BB is going to go down on mid as well. So Grabber's going to have a little bit of an Uber advantage here, but France will take the mid fight. And they will take the cap, and they will get the forward spawns as well.
Yeah, that's a very crucial pick on Tula at the end there. Now Graba has a bit of an ad as things are going to stabilize. It won't be France rolling through. Korbak does go deep there, gets piped down by Stan. So definitely things will certainly slow down even further now for the side of France as they begin to position. How do you think they're going to want to take this in?
Well, it's only a very, very slight ad, so they're going to have to take it right into the faces of these French players. I think they are well aware of the fact there is a bit of an advantage. It looks like they're actually posturing to go big door, so yeah, they're going to have to jump in pretty quickly. They're only up at 99%. Soldier is bombing in now, then the Uber does get forced out Godfather.
Yeah, and actually, D-Mule is so far staying alive, getting Solar fairly weak as well. A couple of frags going both ways. Stan going to fall late, as does Solar. Neo is on a 6k right now on Scout, and as this lone Scout BB down to 13 health, trying to pick off one more, but he can't find anything. And losing both soldiers, finding 4 in return, France looking pretty clean right now.
Yep, they did. I mean, they did what they needed to do. They got the Uber, they kited nicely into the choke just long enough, built it well, and got the counter Uber. And now it's going to be relatively even. Uber's Grabber did get out here, but they are taking up second off all the frags they got on the mid fight, and they're going to posture to try and get some kind of aggressive play going into last. And for people who are a little bit uncertain, Solar, as you referred to, is the new ETF2L alias of One Shoe, that's probably what's being shown on screen.
We did see 2 scouts go in there for France, can't find anything, and thus they will be backing out. A little bit of lag here, or is this our first pause of the afternoon? Evening, excuse me.
It's not paused for me. I don't know if you're having issues, but we do see that Uber is forced out in the riverside onto the Polish side. French are just kiting very, very far back. In fact, Müller has to drop down, so they're not going to be able to use an aggressive counter Uber. Back in, we now see a soldier up top in Riverside, but they're just going to chill fronts. They did not get force out there, and they're going to actually have an uber advantage push. QB and Neo going aggressive onto a Pyro. They can't quite clean up. Oh, they do just about get BB down.
Look at this medic.
To the point.
Oh, isolated on the point right now. G-Mule has hit this rocket. No, Korvac's going to come in instead and find it. Nice job there. 3 down for this offensive side, but there's only 1 alive. It's Bonkers trying to hold this down for Poland, and he won't be successful as the sword comes out to secure the point. There goes France, coming up 1-0. Sorry about that. My internet driver decided it didn't want to work for me.
Well, I had you covered. So, yeah, very, very well played from France. I think the thing we see about this Polish team is they just seem to want to go aggressive at every opportunity. They feel that is their game style, that is how it's going to play. They're not scared of these perhaps slightly more illustrious players, but France have so far done a very, very good job of punishing that.
Mula and Graba both taking a lot of spam early, but it's Mula below 50 health right now. Therefore, France playing this very safe, but actually Graba goes down, Deli with the stickies. Beautiful positioning, finding the kill. There goes Korvac and Demo both dying on this mid, but finding the medic is all they really need. They'll not get the cap, but certainly be in great position for this next fight.
Yeah, you can just see the French team is so passive on second, just building up this Uber. Everything is sticking up a choke. They're giving up the mid point, and as we say, the forward spawns again, but they do know they're going to have an absolutely gigantic Uber advantage to retake this mid. See Demul, or as 91 as is shown in screen, coming up, rolling out, but they're going to go through drop down.
No! The drop! Solar just posts up and he gets the kill and he finds another. Mula, no Uber used for you. And Graba actually going to go down on the other side of things as it looks like France is going to win this DM fight. Demule very weak, will get pistoled down. It's now a QB versus Sam 1v1 by the point. Everyone missing their shots. QB looking to clean this up, will find the secure. And now dueling the soldier, but he's in trouble. Will go down as people continue to just kind of feed in here, trading 1 for 1, waiting for the combos to get forward.
Yeah, they called it drop down for a reason, because if there's a soldier waiting for you, that you are going to drop, and that is exactly what happened to Mula. You see, because of the forward spawns here for the Polish side, they're able to bully the French team completely out of this mid. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to contest. But they are just going to be able to walk in back through choke. The Polish team was not there to defend it properly. See, BB on the low ground as well, so they've in fact decided just to completely back out of not very, very much, to be honest.
Yeah, securing that kill onto BB, Poland really can't commit to a 5v6 here. Stan going to try to secure spam into Big Door, but it's not working as the soldier's going to jump through, try to get a little bit of spam in, not finding too much as this France team continues to work their way forward, now getting through, and here's a soldier trying to flank around, and 2 go down. Very nice coordinated play by the explosive classes there. Bonkers now in trouble, down to about 80 health. Looks like he'll be escaping it through river, though, as this cap will start to come through. We'll be seeing another last hold from Poland, or an attempt for that in just a moment. But I don't think there's any time for them to get set up, as here comes France just running their way through, but Solar getting this medic in trouble, but great focus fire from the combo to keep their medic alive. We saw a soldier go in on the other side. That was Korvac trying to pick off Graba, but does not get him, does not get the force either. So now Poland with this number ad, they're able to get out of their last and get ready for an exchange.
Yeah, very, very smart play from France, knowing that they had those 2 picks. They didn't want to commit to a committed push, but just went for a little bit of a sack. We now see they're playing on the high ground against this Polish team. Against
oh, the drop!
Oh!
And Mula's going to pick up that Uber, what's the name? Medigun! He's gonna pick up such, yeah, I couldn't even remember it as this fight continues to go forward, and now he's got another Uber to work with here, and he's just gonna use it right back in. QB is invulnerable right now, and it's just BB alive. This will be another great round from France, and an excellent medic play there from La. Although, I might have spoken too soon, because the hold, it's just Stan now. Taking 1v2, he will lose this for sure, but a great hero play effort.
Yeah, they almost managed to salvage that at the very, very last second with Grabber. In fact, it was coming out on the Pyro, couldn't quite get enough damage down onto the French combo. But heads up play from Moulin there, just, I mean, the key thing as a medic, knowing what your pickup point is, I always forget what that is, but he picked up the minigun. That they, punished, again, the Polish for that drop, and now they're 2-0 up.
Yeah, and we are seeing this third mid-fight unfold. So far, France seemingly in control. Team Mule sitting in drop-down right now. Grama's about half health, finding that pack, and now the soldier is getting into his face and finding the kill again. Graba goes down. And We'll see Mula actually dying at the end there too. I believe I've been mispronouncing Francis Medic's name, so apologies for that.
Yeah, quite a dominant mid there from France. Just, I mean, losing their medic puts a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth, but you can see how aggressive the players are already. There's one soldier hiding underneath, I believe that's Korvac. No, sorry, it's Demul. He is the one going in behind underneath. I think they're aware of him now. They've probably heard a rocket jump. He's going to fight a little bit of MGE, which he will win against Bonkers. But while all that's happening, French have got the mid cap. It's relatively even Ubers. Delhi's got down as well somewhere.
Yeah, QB actually just went behind 2 and 1, a scout 1v1. Now D-Mule is there to help him out. A lot of damage going in. He will lose D-Mule. Now we have to see if the scout can pick up a kill, and he can't. Solar finding that frag onto him as the rest of France is able to get through. As a result, this medic at about 85% on both sides. Actually, here's a soldier jumping across. Maybe going to crater. Nope, Solar stays alive just in time for Korvac to come in and clean up the kill. Neo and the med on point right now. Sam doing his best, but he can't hit any shots. Here's the exchange.
Yeah, the Polish team playing better of the high ground, but really not getting the focus fire out they want. But the front seeing, you know, the writing was on the wall there, they just get the Uber exchange out and back up to mid. They're 2 players down. Poles are trying to bust through the choke. Sam taking the beam himself. BB does go down on the flank, but Sam is now going to run in behind as everyone backs up to pick up QB, who's very, very elusive. He's just running in behind. Brings a lot of players back, and while that is happening, the French players are trying to bust through choke. Health is very, very bad on both sides really, especially the French. It's just going to settle down briefly, but the Poles are not holding this choke close at all. They've just got the one soldier Bonkers coming a little bit close now.
They're going for an aggressive rotation. Yeah, they're going for an aggressive rotation here, but Stan is getting absolutely deleted there. Delhi combining with some soldier damage for that frag. That's the opening here. Delhi is just at 20 health though, so he has to be careful himself. As this second cap did come through, 3 were able to rotate around and get that cap. Now D-Mule in trouble around Big Door right now. QB's also there with him, but can't find enough. Oh, QB actually going to live with 9 health and cast a curse. There he goes, falling there to BB. 4v5 for France to try to take this fight, and it's even Ubers. Here's the Uber coming out inside of Poland. Mula has to be careful here, and there's the exchange coming right back. Good milk there. They should have a better post-Uber here as this fight continues to unfold.
Yeah, again we see the Polish team really not optimising their position, often playing a lot of the low ground, and the French are absolutely capitalising it, taking all that they can and getting every cap they can off the back of it. I see a little bit of aggression towards this riverside, but it's just a complete blob of Polish players. While they are weak, they are getting a lot of damage. A big bomb comes in from 1-2, gets damage down onto Delhi, and then there's 3 down for France. They're going to have to run out of here pretty quickly. The Polish team is still waiting on that second cap because of the threat of the back cap, but French are now tail between their legs, running backwards. Classic.
Oh, Delhi's screwed! Oh, the good juggle there.
Yeah, we now see, the Poles, they're not stopping at all. One soldier, Bonkers, really, really high in the air, but cannot land any rocket that he wants. 2 players down a piece on either side. The Uber's going to come out on the French side. It's a little bit better for the Poles now, this exchange. Just a solo onto 1-2. He is just powering forward, rockets down onto Uber players. And now BB is in, but he will get picked up.
Yeah, kind of a scuffed up fight there, but Neo is on a 6k right now, playing very well on Scout. Sam looking for this medic. Mula in trouble, down to 6 health, will eventually go down to the pistol. So now Graba, who is well out of the fight, and actually Sam's gonna pick up one more. He's on a 3k right now. Can't withstand the full force of the rest of the France team though, and will go down. But now great positioning and situation for Poland to come back right back in.
Yeah, they've got quite a large Uber bunch there. BB briefly separated from his medic there. I was very worried he was going to feed on the mid, but he decides better of it. Now they're walking through this choke. Just going to stack up the point. Not real much contesting at all from the French side. But they must be aware that there's still a large Uber advantage here for the Poles. They're going to take it a big door, Godfather.
Yeah, we're going to have Neo and his med up above, and D-Mule actually going to get found by Bonkers and Choke. So this is already falling apart. QB is back, setting up an engineer nest, and I'm worried that this scout and medic, they are risking getting cut off. They will back out though, set up on last. But during that time, they've gotten up to about 75%, so if their medic can live through this Graba Uber, they can come right back in and get a really great post.
Yeah, it looks like they weren't exactly sure of where the Ubers were on the Polish side, and they've decided to take it safely. I mean, off that one medic pick, they've been able to take 2 points, so that's very, very good for them.
BB, he's peeking from lower. Can he find a kill here? I just realized they were bringing up a sniper. They do find the engineer. So now that gun is spammable. Only the pyro to really deny that. And he's still just posted up here. Neo looking to gun him down a bit, playing aggressively, but really no damage in. And now Deli might get caught out here. He will go down. No Uber pumped out from either side quite yet. Quarterback in trouble. Up top will live. It's good damage out to Solar, who will now find some heals for himself.
QB went down again in the as he spawned, and now we've seen the Uber come in. It's a better exchange here from the French side. They really, really needed that due to the players that were down. The gun has gone down because QB has come up on the scout. But they're going to get a little bit aggressive now. Not many players in here on the side of the post. They're getting some cap time now suddenly, but there's so many players for the French, they're not going to be able to take it, and Grabber is going to run out solo.
He might get chased down here. Korvac has the mobility to get there. It's just going to be Stan respawning. Grabba going for the arrow. Can't quite find him. And now there's an easy kill onto this demo. The walking respawn timer. Yeah, 12 seconds more on the clock for him. Lucky, though, that Grabba lived. Doesn't really end up doing anything. And BB's staying on sniper in this forward spawn.
Yeah, because Grabba was separated for such a long period of time. There's a huge Uber advantage on the French, and I think they're pretty aware of it. They're already taking position on second, just one soldier to callback, and the Bull are now both in on the high ground. Contesting here for Poles, they're getting across the point here on Sam. No, BB has decided to come out of the forward spawn into the riverside area. I don't know if they've quite seen him yet.
It's gonna be a tough shot to hit if he is able to find one, though. It could be fight changing as the Uber is popped out here by France. Getting forward, trying to chase down Stan, successfully doing so. Neo continuing to be part of kills, especially big team fight winning kills. Here's a bit of a repush though from Poland. Cap has not come through, and they have that ad at about 90%. D-Mule is deep behind. Neo getting picked off there in the escape. Solar a trade out. Now D-Mule wants a sniper. Knows he's there, but Stan's gonna come behind him. No way, they can make him a walking respawn timer again. Stan can't catch a break here, excuse me. And D-Mule is still gonna be lurking behind.
Yeah, unlucky Stan, it seems every time he was rolling out, he's being caught out by one of those crucial big French soldiers. They are just absolutely small camping him. Oh, nice shot from BB on Demul. Picks up that flank opportunity. But while all this has been going on, Demul, just a one-man solo army, distracting on the backlines completely, is meant that the Uber advantage the Poles had is completely dissipated now. They are pressured from Victor with the sniper on BB, but he's going to get cleaned up very quickly.
Trades out for a scout though, and now Solar will be found as he overextends. No beam or arrows for him. And some weak players, Bonkers has to go back for some heals. He's going to play up and defend the valley side. And we have D-Mule coming up on sniper now to take this SBS. BB has not yet respawned and will be staying on sniper, so a bit of Highlander action on the second point. Score remains 2-0, 13 on the clock.
Yeah, we do see Demul this time on the sniper. He's trying to get some pressure down. In fact, I think Grabber is forced out. He takes a lot of damage out of somewhere suddenly. It's going to be a much better Uber for the French side. They've dropped a couple of players, but really the Polish team is crumbling. Grabber is running back to last. With Bonkers, it's going to be a good opportunity here for the French to take it into last.
Yeah, they're just rushing right through. Neo has been an unstoppable force so far. Korvac getting good pressure onto point. Bonkers is going to go in and jump him. The medic can't keep him alive on point. We do see Grabba going down for that sacrifice play. QB wants to take a 1v everyone. He'll find one, but that's not enough. And now Mula has to escape as both of his remaining players are in upper. I want to see what Neo's kill percentage is in these logs after the end of this map, because I feel like he's getting a ton of heals and he's making them count.
Absolutely, he is, playing that classic pocket scout. We've seen him play in Prem the last few seasons. He's doing it for this French team, and he's doing it very effectively, getting up, all the frags that they want in these Ubers, all the cleanup, just playing nicely around the medic. And again, with him getting the crucial pick onto Grabber, it's going to be Mula again, a big Uber advantage.
We have a spy in play right now. The Uber is full for the side of France. Solar right now going for the decloak, but doesn't... Oh, maybe able to find QB in a moment. Mula has to be careful though in this post. He's healing up the Spy. A lot of frags going around. Deli actually dying to the Spy here as this heavy outputting so much damage, getting tanked by his med. Now with only 4 alive here and in terrible positioning, Corback going to get caught. That is a failed last push from France, but 12 to play and still up 2-0. They can afford to mess up on some of these pushes.
Yeah, they couldn't find any of the targets they wanted there. The French side Stan was just hidden under, they couldn't find him. A lot of players backed up to spawn, and of course one of the players was a spy disguised, so they were not aware of where he was as well. And very, very well held there by the Poles. Now they've got an advantage, they can take it to mid. There's a little bit of a fake call from French. I don't think that's going to be baiting anyone, but Demul will go down. They're kind of to 100% here, France, so they could try and trade this out.
Ooh, losing Neo early in the exchange. Here's Bonkers all the way up in the skybox right now. We'll see if anyone can find an air shot. They can't. Deli on Demo will get taken down, and now it's QB and Corback both in red health. Bonkers is down the other side, looking for heals and finding them as France backs out. Poland taking some more space. Corback doing a good job there, stuffing the aggression just for a moment longer as the rest of France getting in position for this next fight. Ubers need to build up a bit more though.
Yeah, you see the two soldiers just double spamming through this choke. It does mean that big door is briefly going to be open for a while here. Deli is now in position, has a couple of stickies in that lower area. The Poles have decided they're just going to rotate a couple of flank players around there, but the heals are still very much back up on the mid. Both teams building pretty hard, so it's going to be pretty even. I think this is perhaps the first kind of stalemate we've seen.
Absolutely. 10 minutes left to play here, so Poland has to turn up the gas and try to get something cooking here before there is no time left to do so. And they're going to take a little bit of aggression, but the trap there from the Demo picking up Bonkers early. Nice debt onto that. And now Solar also going to fall. Here's France showing a bit more aggression. And the Scouts up here, Scout and Corback, going to combine, pick up another frag. 3 down to the side of Poland.
Oh, the bust there was excellent there from the French flank. They knew that both of the soldiers had gone down in the big door area, so they could just bust through choke. That Demo stand just got completely sandwiched on the low ground by aggression from both big door and choke. And now it's going to be very, very difficult. Players are still rolling out here again for the Poles, and lots of players going down in this lobby area. France is looking completely dominant. Grabber having to run out, but he doesn't even have a scout with him for now. Really unsure whether they're contesting second or not, as Bonkers is very, very much taking a fight on this second point. But the core of the Polish team is back to last.
Yeah, Bonkers is kind of in trouble here. He's just going to be sitting underneath and about to get walked at by 2 French players, but Cormac just drops down and finds the frag early. It'll be a 13-second respawn time. Shouldn't end up being too bad. Solar's up on Spy, though, and I think he's looking for a frag here. Might be able to find the soldier if he plays his cards right, or maybe Deli. QB just jumped on his head, I think, and didn't even see him.
That's always funny when you walk onto the Spy, don't see him.
Corback, turn around! Oh, nice stab onto this soldier, and actually both soldiers gonna go down for France here. This heavy gonna combine. That's 4 down. It's just Deli in the med. This is like Poland's last holds are just looking really, really clinical right now. They're pulling out a few trick plays here and there, playing with that Spy who found 2, but overall just playing this very cleanly, even though they're down 2-0.
Yeah, once you show in the power of the Spy revolver just winning a 1v1 with, I believe it was a weak scout. You see Poles are trying to push into mid already, Sam is just jumping around. But as you say, Grabber does go down to the drop, they can't even walk in here. The force does eventually come out, but everyone on the Polish side is crumbling and running back to last.
Shout out to Mula for milking that down to below 10 health, I believe, and will end up surviving that fight. So not going to be too much of an ad overall. France taking a lot of space there. Actually, Corback will die going too aggressive, and Mula hasn't picked up a health kit yet, so they have to play safe.
Yep, they do. We've got the big Putis up for the Poles, so no chance of kind of offering a dry push for the French. See, Stan is very, very aggressive, putting stickies in lower, trying to bait someone into him, but if players run through lobby, he's going to get caught out once more. There's in fact a soldier playing with him now, so he's got a little bit more protection, but you can see
Solar's spy again. No way he finds something again.
I mean, I don't expect to spy 3 times in a row, right? That's what we learned from Sideshow.
I suppose you are raising a good point here. Solar is still sitting on these crates. That's a good spot there, going for the decloak now. I think Mulan might have heard that. Oh, here's the fight. Mulan's in trouble. Team will combine to find the frag, though. No one really committed on the decloak from the side of Poland, so they're down 1, and BBU in a little bit of trouble getting tanked up. 2 are going to go underneath. This demo man setting up some traps for them, though. Gotta be careful. There's a det onto D-Mule, and now Deli actually getting picked off on the other side of the map. QB, he's isolated down on the point. He'll die to the det again. Finds BB, though. It's 3 for 1, and no progress made. More aggression here from Poland, though.
Yeah, heads up play there from Stan going back up to the point. It's setting up a trap as you saw those 2 players run under. And you see a big bomb up onto Mula, who was completely isolated for a while. A force is going to nicely come out, and I don't think they're going to get a single frag for it on the French side. So the Poles are going to, that nice serve there from Grabber really up onto the high ground. Does have to pop Uber because of how low he did go. Went down to under 50 health. Doesn't manage to save as many players as he would have wanted. The Poles had scattered well from the French Uber, but they scattered too well, and they all got picked off individually post Uber. Now see the French re-pushing through this choke, getting very, very aggressive, cleaning up the last couple of frags, and Grabber is going to run out.
Grabber might be caught here by the scout. No, the demo's actually going to find the frag. 3 down right now for Poland. We almost saw a backup opportunity, but Poland was smart enough to play the second point, so QB couldn't just bot till last. He was in position behind earlier on. Bonker's fairly weak. 10 health, has to get out to spawn here, as the medic is now coming back online, and it's just going to be a heavy defensively once again as France begins to send just 1 under this time. It's going to be the soldier once again.
Yeah, I was just stunned briefly in that secret area, but now he's back to the roster. The Uber is coming in from the French side. It's going to be Neo's juggled on the point, but he's getting so much cap time down, and no one to contest on the Pole side as they all die in the end. Some of them after the cap came in, but it's now 3-0 to France.
Yep, human wave tactics ending up successful there for France as they just took push after push into the Poland defense and eventually finding a way to crack it. But we are in with about 4:15 left to play on this first map. Poland looking for at least a consolation round. Trying to make it 3-1. Bonkers going deep early on, in trouble. Neo will go down, but Solar and Bonkers fall on the other side of things. No soldiers, but there's a nice play from Stan as he picks up another no med alive for France right now, and some players in trouble health-wise. Gotta make something happen here, and they're successful so far. QB will combine with G-Mule to pick up 1 more, and now Graba kind of in trouble, sitting in choke. Sam getting the beam right now. Can QB win the 1v2? It doesn't look like it is Sam. Able to walk right around the corner and pick off the low-health G-Mule. It's not looking like they're going to be able to find too much else, though, on the side of Poland here. 3:30 to play.
Yes, I'm playing that very, very nicely. Just about pushing it to his limits and how long he would linger in that choke point, but does get nicely arrowed up by Grab and is able to pick up those 2 frags at the end of it. See now, Poland are able to push onto the mid-fight, but if they want to keep this game alive, they're going to need a round very, very quickly. They've got an uber advantage here to push last, but it is eking down. It's up to 80% now for Mula, so they're going to have to take it in very, very soon.
T-Mule taking an early fight against BB, finds the 2 rockets to get the kill, and Graba popping this Uber out, looking for some point presence, but now France coming right back in. Denying this is Neo picking up Sam, and now chasing down into lower. We'll find 1 more into Solar. Deli going down, but Neo finding another there. The 3Ks had been plentiful from this French scout. Bonkers also falling. Graba now falls, and the French scouts really just putting on a show. Pretty clinical. BB coming up to sniper, but doubt he's going to be able to make anything map changing happen here.
Yeah, I think we're very, very much in GG territory here. France having a nice 3-0 lead and just 2.5 minutes left, so it would be very, 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 very unlikely. Pretty much impossible now at this stage. But the French are going to push through the choke point. 1 soldier going very, very deep callback, but won't quite pick up Bonkers, but everyone is pushed out the mid-fight. And kind of a large Uber advantage here. Grabber has not been building so well since he spawned last. If they assume they know some kind of have some kind of idea of how large it is, so they are just going to peek a little bit through the choke to see two soldiers coming very, very, very high, but no target for him to land on. Nicely baited there by the French combo.
Here's BB looking for the drop and finding it. Moolah taken down. That is a +2 in chat there, but it's, again, not going to mean anything here as there's 1:30 left to play in the map. Just Soldier trying to take the fight versus Korvac. Neo getting picked down by Sam. Korvac actually winning that. Didn't necessarily expect him to, and he proved me wrong. But yeah, with 1:20 left to play, essentially dead time. Maybe Poland can get around, but I doubt it at this rate.
Maybe we can see some nice air shots as well. We see one shoot looking for something in this banana area. There's nothing there as far as I'm aware. One soldier is going to get picked up in the drop down. QB goes down as well, but Neo trades out the frag onto BB with this sniper class. Poland getting very, very aggressive, but a nice shot from Neo there onto Grabber. Absolutely dome. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that is a really nice sniper play there, as, you know, it's GG frags right now. Moolah will go down there. Stan's finding 6 in the end of this map. Korvac finding 4. It's a couple of nice kill streaks there, but GG's in chat. What'd you think went wrong there for Poland overall?
The control point is
I think they just tried to push a little bit too much when they didn't have those advantages. We see Grabber coming out this classic last second spy play that he likes to do. He's going to try and go for a frag but will not get the one that he wants. Just gets instantly deleted by Korvac with a nice rocket. But yeah, certainly as we come towards the last 10 seconds of this game, France very, very dominant, and you know, every time the Poles just got a little bit ahead of their station, tried to get a little bit too aggressive, France absolutely punished it, and they were really, really on their game.
For sure here, and we now have an opportunity to look at log. As I mentioned earlier, one thing I definitely wanted to look at was how much heals was Neo getting, and answer is 27%, as Demo getting 28%, so definitely with his medic on that pocket scout position. But we have an opportunity now to think about our next map. Anyway, what are you expecting to see on this second map process?
I think it could play a little bit more into the Polish side. That, you know, you see how much they trust their aggression, and the scouts just ploughing forward, holding W, hitting every shot.
Is it going to be a similar story, do you think, to Gullywash in terms of scoreline, or do you think Poland might have a chance to come back and maybe even win this map?
It might be a little bit closer than Gullywash. I expect to see some rounds for the Poles this side, but I think I still give the French the edge.
I don't know. Last time it was a win difference 3, which I believe I predicted, but I got the scoreline wrong. I'm going to say maybe win difference 4 here. I'm thinking like a 4-0 from France.
Okay, I'll go for 5-1. I think the Poles are going to get at least one round. They've certainly competed very, very ably in that first fight. Let's see what they can do on this mid-fight.
Yep, we see both soldiers going very deep. Korvac in a little bit of trouble, though. He will be the first to fall as Stan picks him up. Stan down to 2 health, though. Neo also falling. No soldiers available for France to work with. Neo in a little bit of trouble as this aggression from Poland continues to kind of wipe them, force them back to their second. Neo did die. Now Demo in a bit of trouble as well, finding an arrow, though. A lot of aggression from Poland, and we'll see France having the first last hold opportunity.
Yeah, just a nice mid-fight there from Poles. They caught out the players who they could isolate, and just excellent focus fire from them. French all the way back to last. They do have this 100% up, and we're going to see it slow down a little bit as QB comes up on the Australian sniper man.
Yeah, that sniper pick, really looking for any kill here. Here's a bomb from the soldier getting in, but that gun is in play. Deli will pipe him down eventually. Neo moving his gun now to be right on top of the point, and Korvac is going deep, and he finds Stan with the crater, I believe. So no Demo, no soldier for Poland to work with, and that means this scout medic combo, or scout demo, or excuse me, medic demo combo, couldn't even figure out who was going forward from France. Taking a little bit of space, Sam trades out for Demule, though. Bonkers 15 health, BB now getting healed up to 125. Just going to stabilize now, full Ubers on both sides.
It looks a little ropey there from the Poles because Grabber did get isolated by some nice stickies there from Deli, just pushing him into that IT while the rest of the players flooded in across the point. but they do just about force those couple of players that were just peeking from the French side, so all that aggression is down. Both teams back at even Ubers. With the last sack we saw, it seemed they didn't really have a good idea of where the medic Mula was holding. So this time they might want to just scout out a little bit better. We see them taking lobby, so they're going to have perhaps a little bit more eyes here. One scout on the far side, going to take a duel, but does go down to Demul.
Yeah, BB took the SVS versus QB there. QB losing it. Now BB has free reign to rotate around through one right now. Corback has to be careful. Gotta be looking who's watching that right side right now. No one is. They're just posting up, watching the right above the dispenser. BB backing off. I don't think he's been spotted though. And now if Mula takes a few wrong moves backwards, there's Corback finally spotting up the sniper. But now there's support from Stan. BB getting healed up. That was very, very close to absolute catastrophe for the side of France. QB now posting up, trying to watch rollout.
This is actually interesting here. We see Mula holding a little bit more passive on the medic class than you would usually expect. You usually see me. But Delhi's about going to get caught out in this lobby area, so no demo. Now 3 down as well. BB picking up QB again. Frag is traded out by callback in rollout, so 3 frags down for either side. Seems like the sentry gun will be crucial.
Oh,
and now we see
crits!
Frontier Justice crits coming out, forcing the Uber. They're flooding into last now by the poles, but it's a little bit desperate to get the force out. Another cat time as well.
Whoa! Sam got so close just by the the little fence on point. Almost lost that round for France, but they do stay alive a little while longer. Graba is down, 4 down. Stan going to be to the 5th as well. BB, the only one alive. And as Graba waiting for respawns here, this is an opportunity for France to push out, and they will be taking it. Team Mule staying on last, making sure BB can't do anything. But Corback's there on a 5K to do it himself.
Yeah, doing a lot of work, just holding on point with the heels, cleaning up all those players that desperately jumped in off the back of the cap time that Sam got onto the point. We now see a little bit of an Uber advantage for the French. They might be aware of this. They are coming in, busting in straight away. Bonkers is going to go down, and no one in position here from the poles to hold. And with them losing both soldiers and not being able to get a force out of Mula, the French are going to continue to take this aggression forward.
Yeah, they are in good position to make something happen here. Bonkers is just coming up now. Solar still has 5 seconds on the respawn, meaning Poland was unable to do anything there to try to defend second. BB coming up on heavies, and it's going to be Solar sniping now. Seeing a bit of rotation on who wants to play the Highlander classes now is the Uber from France, but they're not finding anything. They have to back up through rollout. Poland pop back quickly there, about 15% longer on the Uber there for them. And it's going to be a little bit more stability. Scout peeking in 1, has to be careful to not get caught though. On the side of France, can't lose a player in a situation like this. It would definitely be a back out situation if they did.
Yeah, slightly strange there from the French side. I don't know if Miller wasn't quite counting the Ubers correctly, and perhaps they thought Grabber had gone down in the previous fight when he just got out with no heal targets, so the Ubers were a bit closer than perhaps they suspected. Or maybe they just wanted to get Ubers out of the way to do some kind of dry push, but based on how passive they're playing, it seems they didn't want to.
BB is finding just, like, really clean headshots right now, and it's fun to watch. I've enjoyed watching his POV thus far, and now he's going to be peeking again. Oh, just barely misses the demo. And it's going to be QB coming up on the offensive sniper now. We've seen that SVS go poorly so far. Another missed shot from BB, trying to clear some traps though, as this aggression continues from France, trying to deny this peeking angle. And Team Mule goes for a play onto the medic, but can't find anything. No Uber forced out either. Rotation from BB. Maybe looking for a frag onto Corback, or anyone really. He's going to peek the med in a moment.
It seems BP has absolutely found QB every time with this sniper, whether QB has been on sniper himself or on scout. So I don't know if QB has some kind of enlarged head mod on it at the moment, but he's getting doped every single time. Yeah, BB doing very nicely. It's going to be a little bit of a sniper here. A lot of aggression hitting. Nice bomb there. Pick from Wonchu, picks up QB the sniper. Doesn't quite get out, but Corback goes down to Stan's pipes as well. So the French are going to have to back up out of there.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Good for Poland, especially taking down that sniper. No longer a threat to your med. Sam in trouble, though, will go down to Team Mule as a bit of a bomb comes in from Bonkers. a lot of B words in that sentence. That was fun, but not finding anything to work with. And Poland continues to hold on to their last year, but down 2. It's an opportunity for France to come in, and it looks like Demul wants to come through 5. Getting in deep, so they're going to have to go back from getting him very weak. Oh, what a play onto Graba! Hits that rocket just enough to get the force off. And now, with both soldiers down, France has to kite this a little bit, but ready to flood right back in. Can't drop Deadly though, and they will! Oh, a terrible play there from Mula. Now in trouble as he's down 3 himself. Neo and QB are the only ones there. Sam will pick up QB, and as they try to hightail it out of here through choke, not looking too good. Neo looking for a hero play though. Can he get anything? No, he'll back off instead. Of course, on heals before Demul goes in.
Oh, nice serve from Stan there, just about surviving by avoiding taking that full damage at the last second. Lots of some players in for Poland and some aren't though, so it's a little bit scattered. Stan's going to have to bomb in, but it's a complete mulch here by the French. Much better positioning there. Just everyone going down, Korbak just raining down death upon them from on that rock, and you know, beautifully positioned there from the French to hold that, but a little bit of a feed, as you say, by Bowles.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate to see, and BB now getting picked off. Sam will find a counterfrag onto Demul. Deli in trouble, will go down. Neo now going to fall as well. This is falling apart right now. Mula's in trouble. Sam will pistol them down eventually. Now it's just 2 alive for the side of France. Coming right back is Poland. Looking for this frag was Korbak getting 1 onto Stan. No. And QB finds Graba. How does that happen in such an important match? Absolute hero play from QB to find that medic, even these Ubers up. And actually going to be maybe about 10-15% add, dare I say 20 for France here.
Oh, the level of play is not where it was in that first map. That was a big counter feed there by the French, but with 5 players alive and just 1 French player, QB, alive, he somehow runs in through upper IT, and Grabber was completely alone, not sure whether to follow his scout out onto the point or go back to the cluster of his players that was still on the last point. They pick up Grabber, and as you say, they now have a large Uber advantage. A couple of off classes here by the Poles. They've got the engineer, they've also got BB up on the sniper, but it's coming up to 90% now for the French. They're just getting buffed up and they're going to take it in soon.
Yeah, Mula, I'm surprised did not pop there out of fear of the sniper. No respect shown here. It now is the Uber. Grabba's at 70% and an air shot to stop the denial. And that is finally round 1 for France in about 9.5 minutes. So Poland putting up a better fight. We'll see if it all falls apart here though on mid number 2. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's been very, very back and forth, and as we say, Poland, they did win that first mid pretty convincingly, so they're going to need that again. They're just the 1-0 down. We see Telly go for a big bomb onto the pack of the Pole side, but will somehow surf a rocket out of there. Nicely played from him. Scouts across the point here by BB, but he takes so much damage down from Delhi. Everyone is weak on the Pole side, and they are going to get cleaned up. QB and Neo pouncing now, and Mula and Grabber, alone, and it is a complete wipe. I believe Bonkers I don't know if he got out or
he's a spawner there.
He's a spawner, so that was briefly a wipe, as we say.
Yep, and Bonkers now in a tough position, because what do? You kind of just standing around like a bit of an idiot, because you can't go in and commit, and you can't really get set up on last. But we will see this Polish setup. Hopefully they're able to make something a little bit cleaner happen here. Heavy and NG up defensively, no sniper this time, and it is full Uber ad for the French to work with, and it looks like they want to take this through 1 with no threat of a sniper, and I don't believe any traps over there. They're going to use in effectively for free. Neo trying to get up into heaven right now. Gun is taken out from range by Korbak, and this explosive damage is so much. Neo is able to clean up so many frags, and right now on point is QB for a quicker round there. Poland, as I sort of alluded to, falling apart here. Didn't really have an opportunity to get into their rhythm for this round, and France really exploited it.
Telly doing so much work that whole round, but at the end of that, he was just hitting homing stickies all on the cluster of players that were trying to kite through the panic
room.
Look
how deep he is! Jelly's going real deep right now. Korbak will go on to Bonkers and find that frag, because Bonkers was like, what are you doing on my side of the map? and ended up paying the price. Graba in a bit of trouble though in the corner. The second soldier trying to come in and will get the kill. Nice job there. Team and Korvac both going down, but France consistently sacking 2 soldiers for even more presence. And Bula, I believe, just found. Oh my god! Deli just deleted Solar out of the sky. No sun is shining. Bula in trouble, will go down isolated from his players in sewer. So a nice consolation prize. Actually, Poland's going to end up winning this mid-fight unless D-Mule on a really deep bomb right now, and QB's going to actually come in to keep helping him. D-Mule has to do something, and he won't be able to. Bit of a feed there from France again. Korvac, what is this feed one player strat that they're employing? It's not going well.
No, it's not going well. A nice focus fire there from the Poles. You can see the France did everything right on that mid. They played it perfectly. Nice big high soldier bombs, clean up the medic very, very nicely. But then they were just it seemed that Müller was not on the same wavelength as the rest of the team. He wanted to go out. The rest of the team wanted to leave to the safety of that sewer area. But Müller wanted to stay in and take the fight. And Müller getting picked off now means, in fact, there's not even much of an Uber advantage here on Grubber. It's only going to be a 10%, so that is going to be very difficult to push off, but they have got the second cap at least.
I was expecting the snipe to be on to Bonkers, but instead finding Solar, and Demium walks into the lobby for free and picks off Bonkers, so no soldiers in play for Poland. Demium showing a bit of aggression. The sniper class has now swapped off, so we are seeing Cookie Cutter. Korvac feeds a bit early here. Mula finally popping this out, and the back cap coming in from Sam! That is going to be the first round won by Poland tonight on a bit of a cheeky play there. So 2-1 France right now with about half to play.
It looked very, very ropey there. I think Grabber actually dropped Stan in a very, very bad situation there. He had no heal target for a bit, but maybe that was the huge Giga Brain play. Just drops his player to bait the back cap and it pays off.
Sure did there. Shout out to everyone subscribing, just seeing that in chat now. On this fourth mid here, a little bit of damage onto the Polish combo. Here's the double bomb from the soldiers. They're coordinated this time. Is their cleanup though? Stands so weak right now. QB just needs to click some bodies to go down for the side of the Poles, but 3 dead. No explosive classes for the French, and QB's isolated behind. That was almost beautiful. The scouts just weren't hitting their shots and couldn't clean up on all that damage. So Poles gonna win another mid.
I don't know how that quite happened. Like, all of the explosive classes for the French were in so quickly. They could have almost pinned the Poles in that choke with spam alone. But actually a little bit of fighting around second. QB is still in behind. A little bit of a concern for the Poles, so they're just going to back out of there. Don't fancy taking that fight with a flanker in behind to potentially backstab them.
Yeah, and QB will go down there, Sam, right now on a 3K. It's the highest kill streak alive. Here's a bit of a soldier bomb trying to find some aggression, but Bonkers finds nothing. Solar now in trouble, in fact, as he's attempting to escape to sewer and will go down to the crater. Both soldiers dead, only exchanged for QB overall, who's now respawning, and back out goes Poland. France on the offensive once again.
Yeah, just off a single pick, they're getting very, very aggressive. Deli doing an absolute carpet bomb with a jump in the sky. He will not even get picked up for it. Ubers are traded out. Neo is chasing quite deep across the point. Quite low health here for the Poles. They're backed up with their sewer. They don't really have any position or any kind of lockdown on this choke point. But the French are very, very much going to be happy to cap up this midpoint, get the forward spawns, and have it settle down a little bit. We'll see if they want to take some bit dry or wait for Uber and do a couple of sacks.
I'm not sure if the side of France knows they have just a slight disad. It's about 5 to 10% depending on how these meds are able to keep building. QB being spammed out just a bit by Solar, who's now retreating as Demule goes in to try to flank around, but there was focus fire on from BB. Will find the frag. And now an opportunity here for Poland to sack one in. But a couple of weak players. It's going to be Sam walking forward. Neo just sitting on the rock saying, no, my choke. And Poland waiting to regroup before now with this Uber committing, it seems, or wanting to, but France now has.
Yeah, settled down again into a little bit of a stalemate. We see Delhi just putting nice stickies in. They're really, really far back here for the French. It's going to be difficult for the Poles to get anything going in terms of a sack. They're just waiting for Demul to roll out on this sniper class. Let's see what he can do.
hopefully puts on a bit of a show in the Highlander matchup here. All eyes will be on D-Mule as he starts to peek this, takes his first shot onto Stan, misses it. And now so much spam is going to be coming in, and BB's peeking the angle as well. So D-Mule was looking up into the sky for Bonkers, who's now just baiting the bomb. And there we go, BB finding the first frag on Sniper, picking off Neo, which has been a really great pick so far this game.
Yeah, BB has done a lot of work on Sniper. I've been interested to see how many frags he has on Sniper compared to Scout so far this game. You know, we obviously got this interesting situation here where it's a Scout missing on the side of the poles and a Soldier missing on the side of the French to play these snipers. We just need to move, got a little bit of a body shot there onto BB, but won't clean up the frag, and both the snipers are buffed up again, but QB is going to get picked off, so the French are going to have to go back and play a little bit more passive once more.
Yeah, this aggressive sniper peek by BB right now coming through. Oh, we almost saw T-Mule just drop down with himself scoped in and find a headshot. Doesn't quite connect there. That would have been really impressive to see. Can't quite find it. Snipers continuing to watch these sight lines. And a bit of a stalemate once again on this map here. BB's so aggressive, has to be careful, just barely dodging pipes. And Solar in position, D-Mule doesn't see, and now Solar is in a position to pick off the sniper early on, but the Flood coming in, both scouts committing for this kill, and they're gonna find one more as Deli's able to walk through choke for free. BB going down, no sniper, no Soldier for the side of the poles. Deli will die to a pipe here, Grappa barely dodging the sniper shots. Mula will pop his Uber, which signals Poland to do the same. Korvac bombs in and dies. Neo looking for Stan, can't quite find him, and D-Mule's missing all of his shots right now. Mula in trouble through choke, will escape just barely. Has to find a pack in a moment because I think Stan wants to chase this.
Mula is so low, they probably have the damage scores here on the pulse. Not quite hitting the air shot there onto Demul, who is somehow still alive. Absolutely 9 lives for him, but the mid-cap looks like it's going to come in for Poland. They want more though. Grabber picks up a nice medic frag with the crossbow onto Neo, but Demul's still alive on the sniper, picks up a quick 2k onto Bonkers and Sam. That turns the game around. Now it's 3 down for Poland. Deli going in for a big He actually deletes BB there. Grabber's going to have to run briefly through a sniper sight line. Gets hit briefly by Demul, but will not pick up the frag, and it settles down just a little bit.
You know, I legitimately was about to say, T-Mule, you need to switch off, and I said it in the STV chat, and then he finds 2, and just pops off for a moment, so I stand corrected. Never mind about that. Feel free to keep sniping, because perhaps finding a little bit of a groove here. But BB's back up, these Ubers are even, T-Mule's peeking IT, as is BB, and it's just a question of who's able to find the opening pick here time and time again.
Yeah, this life from Demul has been absolutely crazy. Like, what has been happening? Somehow he's been able to escape from every situation, even when a Soldier was 1v1 and being surfed out nicely, eventually picked up by BB.
Oh, D-Mule peeks it, finds the medic drop, and BB kills D-Mule. That is winning the SBS, but losing the team fight now. Poland in a terrible position. These scouts are going to flood forward, but Mula's got to be careful. BB's still a threat. Can't lose your med in the same way. A little bit of pressure onto midpoint actually from Solar there. Sam trying to rotate, but immediately eats a pipe and is likely going to get chased down by the scout unless he's able to win the DM fight. A little help from his Soldier. And things are going to slow down a bit for France. Grab it back up, but still with such a big disad, expecting France to roll this one through.
Yeah, Deli went so weak there, infuriating one shoot in the chat, but you know, as much damage as he didn't quite manage to pick up that frag. Taking the Uber in now on the French side, Neo's on the point, but it's getting the Uber flashing into quite a bit, so no cap time as of yet. Poles have actually scattered pretty well.
Oh, Mula just killed Grappa with the melee! And no way, Mula lives through this. Able to reunite with Neo here, getting the pack and some beam. Neo now alone. And that heavy's going to be on point. Is that... It is Tomislav holding down the point from Poland. But another opportunity in a moment here. Neo starting to build for Mula.
Yeah, they are building slightly. I think Neo could have perhaps left a little bit earlier and built a little bit more, but they are going to have a nice kind of 20-30% Uber advantage, which is probably going to be enough to push, and we see the return of the one-shoe spy.
We have 2 spies in play, actually, and we almost saw the sniper go down there, but ends up staying alive. Swapping off defensively now is a Pyro. Solar, he's just sitting on the rocks.
It's interesting with both the spies in play. Obviously, they can check for each other's classes while they're going in for a play themselves. One shoot now, sneaking around in the backline. But all the players on the French have already taken the Uber in for this push. They're getting across the point, getting a lot of cap time down it. One shoot just scrambling for some kind of play, gets Ubered a little bit. But a complete crumble here from the French. Couldn't finish off the cap time, but because they have so much of it, Demul is still in a position to go for some kind of crazy backup. He's going to have to dodge so many pipes, jumps on a scout's head and still sneaks into the backlines.
What did I just see? He's going to decloak, try to gun down Bonkers here, as this second cap is being denied a bit. Deli's going big on the other side, but I'm more concerned, is Team Yule going to live here? It looks like he will. Deli comes in to help with QB, picks off Solar, and so the second cap is going to come back the way of France, and Demule is still... Where is Demule? Oh, he's rotated around near his combo now, just trying to pistol people down from afar before rotating up top. Now pressure's in onto point. Here's the soldier bomb again, gets air shot. Oh my lord. Demule needs to do a masterclass on spy movement, because that was insane.
That was insane, but as we were fixated on the spy on the last point, Deli came up with a big 3k onto that second point, just completely cleaning up the repush from the poles, and now he's rolling out to mid, super aggressive once more.
And we are in on this next mid. I think France needs to play this pretty cleanly, as they're already weak, but Grava's weak on the other side of things. If they can find this medic, that would be key, and there goes Neo taken out. Sam will trade on the other side of things. Grava playing fairly safe. Demule found by BB. Bonkers and Solar both falling, though. 3 down for Poland, and with their heals back a little stronger. Here's Deli jumping in. Can they get this medic? It looks like they will be able to, unless they beef all their shots. Grava down to 26, will die to Deli. BB still a looming threat, though, dancing around as Scout. It's a 1v4. BB against the world will lose.
Deli is just completely elevated to a different level these last 10 minutes. But a big bomb comes in onto Mula. Doesn't get the damage he would have liked, though. And manages to hit a nice surf onto the ramp, but no rockets onto Mula, and it's still 100% up for the French. Big bomb coming in, gonna pressure stand out of there. It's gonna be enough for the French to take the second point pretty cleanly, and they're already looking to go into last.
Yeah, with 5 to play, down 3-1. Poland has to hold this cleanly, but with this Uber in play, Sam gonna die. Now pressuring onto point, finding Bravo with Demule right in the shutter. Demule now fighting for his life, but the support from his team is in. Korvac looking for some place onto stand, can't quite find it. Korvac will die. Now Neo and QB combining onto point for the round win. It is 4-1 with 5 to play. France looking very clean and likely moving on to Grens here.
Yeah, superb transitions from there. Every time they had an opportunity, they just completely bullied the poles, stuffed them, out of the choke on second, into the spawns on last, and excellent cap time as well to convert the round, and they're now forward up, looking pretty damn dominant.
And I was expecting an air shot, but I didn't think Demule was going to be the one to connect there, finding Bonkers. Very nice play. Deli will die though. 2 BB kind of walking in for free. Stan up top, looking for some heals on point now as Demule jumping forward. Sam, Stan both dead. Grava dying as well. Solar finds Demule, and then the respawn timer, effectively a wipe as Bonkers a respawner. And with 4 to play, France looking to close this one out in short order.
Mula seemingly taking up the mantle of Neo from his pocket scout and acting like Neo in the Matrix, just dodging everything on that mid-fight. BB couldn't find anything, neither of the soldiers could find anything, and doing an excellent job of just dodging all of the damage. Stan going in for a super aggressive play that I think he's seen Eloquent, but now he's stuck behind Insua, and I think the French are just going to walk back in off the back of it.
He's piping Demule? No way. Oh, I thought he was going to 2-pipe Demule there. Sam dying early as this fight actually comes in onto point. with no demo there to nice space. It is not going well for the Poles. Actually finding 2 though on defense, but it's not going to be enough as point presence being established now. The crater from Bonkers. And there it is, 5-1. And with 3 to play here, I don't know, are they going to be able to cap this one out, or are we going to see the win difference for?
Possibly. I mean, it seems like the Poles have definitely given up. I think they could GG if they want to, but looks like they just want to do the manly thing, take the fight. You know, if it goes down to the win diff 5-6-1, so be it. The French are very, very aggressive again in this choke with all their explosives, and Sniper as well up for Stan this time.
Yeah, rolling out Sniper to mid, you know, that's cool. No demo. And no shots right now from Stan either, but it's going to be a 1 mid from Poland. I want to see, we're going to see a demo jumping in? Nope, it's going to be Bonkers going deep right now. It gets piped down in 2, and Neo finds Soldier. These soldiers having a terrible time from Poland overall.
Yeah, they're really
The
struggling
demo
to
goes deep!
find what they want. Dan gets a nice arrow, but it's descended on by the whole blob of the French gamers, and then Grabber is just mulched as well. BB now the target, and it's just one by one feeding into a blob of players. Bonkers picks up 2 there, nice rockets from him, but I think we're very, very much in dead time into meme time, and the Poles, sadly, they are defeated. The French are ascendant. They will be going into the grand finals.
We have Grab a Spy, so no chance of finding a medic with that Uber that France just expended. QB actually gonna die. Grandma's just gonna sit here cloaked and choke, and now decloak and choke. Very split France team right now. They leave Poland's last and get back to the second, kind of pincering in here, finding Solar. Grabba still alive on Spy. Don't quite see where he's gone. Nope, he died. Neo found him. There we go. Valiant BP heavy effort, and Stan also trying to hold this one off, but unlikely to get anything.
So I've actually managed to block the second cap, so despite how strong this push has been from the French, they're going to take a while to cap that second up. It leaves the spawners a bit of an opportunity to block this. They want to keep the score down, it seems.
Damn,
nice
Stan.
rockets down. But Bonkers is eventually picked up 1 shoot, finds a nice frag onto Neo. The Uber is coming out, but you're not going to be able to cap with this Uber. And Stan picks up to Mool as well.
Oh, the ragdoll was beautiful. This Uber's now faded. QB doing his best. Come on. Moolah, just cap out the point. Take the 1v1 versus the Sniper. Win it. Come on, win it. You can do it. Win it! And he does! He's got the 6K. Looking for their 7th, but he can't find it. Ragdoll's into the ceiling there with 15 to play. Korvac just hiding in a corner will get cleaned up. And that will be it for this Nations Cup matchup. The semifinal winner will be France going on to Grands, facing the winner of, I believe, Germany and someone? Germany and England. So we'll have to see who ends up victorious in that match. But yeah, 5-1 will be the final score on this map. 2-0 in favor of France. GG's all around.
Yeah, very, very well played from France. I think finally kind of showing themselves as the pre-tournament favourites they were. They'll be very, very confident going into that grand final. No fear in terms of regardless of who they face, whether it be Germany or England.
Alrighty, well let's, I don't know, do you want to take a look at logs here?
Let's check it out.
Top damage was Demo Man there from France, finding 354 and 29 frags to go along with it. Top fragging with BB actually. Can take a look at med stats here for this this map. No drops out of Moolah here. 1 from Graba.
If we're looking into the socials, obviously we have this Twitch channel which you can subscribe to get the VODs instantly. We have the VODs eventually will go up on YouTube. We also have a Twitter. Join the Discord if you like.
For sure, lots of great opportunities there, and all that support does go to casters and production, making sure we're bringing you great content every time, so we really appreciate when you subscribe. And always shout out to all the people for coming into chat, and those who subscribed and supported the channel as already mentioned. Shout out to the teams, and that is about it. My name's Godfather. I was joined by Dave on the mic, Wiethoofd behind the camera. Have a great night.
Hi, old beaver! Away!